This is mathheals.com, where you can find more links to YouTube math videos if you're interested. Let's take a look at adding and subtracting rational expressions with a common denominator. Let's look at our first problem. So we got 15x minus 20 over 21x minus 7 plus 15 over 21x minus 7. And this will be adding and subtracting rational expressions with the same denominator. Well, step 1. Add or subtract the top parts, the numerators, and put into a single fraction. So like in this problem here, we'll go ahead and do the 15x minus 20 plus 15 all over 21x minus 7. So again, add or subtract top parts and put it into a single fraction. Now, no matter where we are in math, combine together like terms, combine together numbers. Negative 20 plus 15 is negative 5. Step 2. Factor the top and factor the bottom. Well, the top part is GCF, and the bottom part is GCF also. Top part has a 5 in common, so that gives us 3x minus 1. The bottom part has a 7 in common, and that gives us 3x minus 1. In step 3, cancel if possible, if necessary. Well, notice how they both have a 3x minus 1. Those are going to cancel. And our answer will be 5/7. So those are the 3 steps we'll go through on these problems. Let's take a look at another one. Got negative 70 over 3x minus 10 plus 21x over 3x minus 10. Now our steps say to add or subtract the top parts. So I'm going to put these together, and I'm going to go ahead and write it in standard form while I'm at it. So I do 21x minus 70 over 3x minus 10. Second step, factor the top, factor the bottom. Now the top part is the GCF. The bottom part I can't do anything with. It doesn't factor. But top part, they're both divisible by 7. So I can factor a 7 out. And that gives us 3x minus 10. Then we cancel. See how this says the 3x minus 10, this says the 3x minus 10. Those are going to cancel. And our answer is 7. So again, just following the same 3 steps I had up here. Let's start a new page. And let's look at this one. We had 2x squared minus 5x over 2x minus 12 plus 3x squared minus 30x plus 30 over 2x minus 12. Again, you add or subtract the top parts and put into a single fraction. So I'm going to have 2x squared minus 5x plus 3x squared minus 30x plus 30 all over 2x minus 12. Well, I want to combine together like terms. You do that anywhere in math. That's not a step. That's just what you do all the time. 2x squared plus 3x squared is 5x squared. This one and this one. Negative 5x, negative 30x is negative 35x plus 30 over 2x minus 12. Well, step 2, factor the top, factor the bottom. The top part I can factor out of GCF, and the bottom part I can factor out of GCF. On top, they're all divisible by 5, so I'll factor a 5 out. And that gives us x squared minus 7x plus 6. And down below, they are both divisible by 2, so I can factor 2 out. And that gives us 2 times x minus 6. Now, the top part is the PSD method. So I can factor it some more. Factors as x minus 1 times x minus 6. Now, if you want to see the steps for that, we got x squared minus 7x plus 6. It's PSD because it's x squared x, and no number in front of your x squared. So we take the number at the end, the 6, and we create 3 columns. For 6, 1 times 6 gives us 6, 2 times 3. Add them. 1 plus 6 is 7, 2 plus 3 is 5. Subtract them. 6 minus 1 is 5, 3 minus 2 is 1. Number we're looking for is 7, which is right here, which means we're going to use 1 and 6. Our larger number, which is a 6, always has to be the same sign as the middle term, which is negative. Number I circled in the S column, S for same sign, so if that one's negative, the other one's negative. Now cancel. Here's an x minus 6, and here's an x minus 6. So we're left with 5 times x minus 1 over 2. And that's our answer. Let's start a new page. It's pretty loud. There. That's not so ear-piercing. Let's take a look at this one. We got 8x over 72x squared plus 25x plus 2 plus 1 over 72x squared plus 25x plus 2. Okay, first step, add or subtract the top parts. Well, we'll put the 8x plus 1 together over our denominator. Now step 2 is going to be to factor the top and factor the bottom. Well, the 8x plus 1 we can't do anything with, but this bottom part is the key number. And to be honest, I don't know if I actually see that myself. I'm guessing since it's probably going to cancel with the top, but part of it will be 8x plus 1. Let me just assume that and see what we get. So then that'd be 9x there. This would have to be 2, and that'd be a plus. Let me see, that's 72x squared. 16x plus 9x gives us 25x plus 2. Yeah, it factors that way. Now let's show the steps. 72x squared plus 25x plus 2. This would be the key number because it's x squared, x, no x, and there's a number in front of our x squared. So we'll take the number at the beginning times the number at the end. It gives us 144. We'll write down all products, give us 144. 1 times 144, 2 times 72, 3 times something. Let's see, 12, 24, 8 times 48. 4 times something. 12, 24, 6. It's 4 times 36. 5, no. 6 times 24. 7, no. 8, yeah. 8 times 18. 9 times 16. 10, no. 11, no. 12, 12 times 12, I think. Let's see, 12, 24, 2, yeah, 12 times 12. Okay. Well, add these together. 1 plus 144 is 145, 74, 51, 40, 30, 26, 25, 24. Subtract them. 144 minus 1 is 143, 70, 45, 32, 18, 10, 7, and 0. Looking for 25, which I see right here. I don't know if these are all correct or not. I make math errors just like anybody else. So we're going to rewrite our middle term using those two numbers. Our larger number, which is a 16, will always be the same sign as our middle term. So that's a plus 16x. Number I circled in the S column, so if the 16 is positive, the 9 will be positive. Factor by grouping. These have a 8x in common, and that gives us 9x plus 2. These have nothing in common, but you always want to factor something out, so I factor out a 1. And that leaves us 9x plus 2. Now they both have a 9x plus 2, so I factor that out, and that leaves me 8x plus 1, which is how we get that. Step 3, cancel. This has an 8x plus 1, this has an 8x plus 1. So that's going to leave us 1 over 9x plus 2. And that's our answer. Let's see if I got room for this one. I probably do. So we got 2x squared plus 5x over x squared minus 16 minus x squared minus 7x minus 32 over x squared minus 16. Well, if you got a negative in front of your fraction, when you merge them into a single fraction, this negative is going to flip a sign of all the terms up on top. So flip all their signs. So I'm going to have, for our first step, I'll have 2x squared plus 5x minus an x squared plus a 7x plus a 32. Again, it flipped the sign of all those. Over x squared minus 16. Combine together like terms at any step. 2x squared minus x squared gives us x squared. 5x plus 7x gives us 12x. And plus 32 over x squared minus 16. Now step 2, factor the top, factor the bottom. The bottom is the PSD method. The bottom, or the top is the PSD. Bottom is the difference two squares. And this factors as x plus 4 times x plus 8. And this factors as x plus 4 times x minus 4. Let me finish this problem and I'll show the factoring over on the side in case you need to see it. Step 3, cancel. Here's an x plus 4, here's an x plus 4, so those cancel. And we got x plus 8 over x minus 4. And that's our answer. Okay, now to factor these. Let's first look at x squared plus 12x plus 32. We said this was PSD. It's PSD because it's x squared, x, no x, and there's no number in front of your x squared. So we take the number 10, 32, and we'll come up with our three columns. We write down all products, give us 32. We got 1 times 32, 2 times 16, 4 times 8. Add them. 1 plus 32 is 33, 2 plus 16 is 18, 12. Subtract them. 32 minus 1 is 31, 16 minus 2 is 14, 8 minus 4 is 4. Now the number we're looking for is the number in our middle term, which is 12, which is right here, so we use 4 and 8. Larger number, which is 8, is always going to be the same sign as the middle term, which is positive. Number with circles in the S column, S for same sign. So if this one's positive, then this one's positive. And that's how we factor the top part. Now the x squared minus 16. Two terms of minusing it, difference two squares. So we try to write it as something squared minus something else squared. Well, we ask ourselves what times itself gives us x squared, and that's x. And what times itself gives us 16, and that's 4. So you take what's in your first parentheses, you add what's in your last, and you take what's in your first and you subtract what's in your last. And that's how we get the denominator there. Yeah, let me start a new page, and we'll look at the next problem. So we got 5x squared minus 9x plus 2 over x squared minus 15x plus 50 minus 4x squared minus 2x plus 32 over x squared minus 15x plus 50. Step 1. We want to merge these into a single fraction. Now when you've got a minus out in front of your fraction, again, that flips the sign of all the terms up on top. So this is going to become 5x squared minus 9x plus 2 minus 4x squared plus 2x minus 32. Our denominator is x squared minus 15x plus 50. Now I'll combine together like terms. We have 5x squared minus 4x squared. That gives us x squared. Negative 9x plus 2x gives us negative 7x. And 2 minus 32 gives us negative 30. Over the bottom part. Step 2. Factor the top, factor the bottom. Both of them are PSD because they're both x squared, x, no number in front of the x squared. Top part factors as x minus 10 times x plus 3. Bottom part factors as x minus 10, x minus 5. Okay, step 3, cancel. Well, they both have an x minus 10, so those cancel. And our answer is x plus 3 over x minus 5. Well, let me show those steps for factoring those. We got x squared minus 7x minus 30, our top part here. PSD, so I'm going to take the number at the end of 30, and I'll write down 3 columns. Our product column, all the products give us 30, so we got 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 5 times 6. Add them. 1 plus 30 is 31, 2 plus 15 is 17, 3 plus 10 is 13, 5 plus 6 is 11. Subtract them, smaller from larger. 30 minus 1 is 29, 15 minus 2 is 13, 10 minus 3 is 7, 6 minus 5 is 1. Number we're looking for is the number in our middle term, which is 7. So I'm going to use 3 and 10. Our larger number, which is the 10, is always going to be the same sign as the middle term, which is negative. Number we circled in the difference column, D for different signs. So if this is negative, this has to be positive. And that's how we get the top part. Now our bottom one, we had x squared minus 15x plus 50. PSD, so again we take our number at the end, ignoring signs. So we got 50. Write down all products give us 50. 1 times 50, 2 times 25. 3 no, 4 no, 5 times 10. Add them. 1 plus 50 is 51, 2 plus 25 is 27, 5 plus 10 is 15. Subtract them, smaller from larger. 50 minus 1 is 49, 25 minus 2 is 23, 10 minus 5 is...
Avast virus database has been updated.
Go away, Avast. 10 minus 5 is 5. Number we're looking for is 15. So we're going to use 5 and 10. Now our larger number, which is a 10, is always going to be the same sign as the middle term, which is negative. Number with circles in the S column, S for same sign, so if this one's negative, this one has to be negative. And that's where we get those at. I think I have room for this next one. Okay, we got x squared minus 7x and x squared minus 9. I probably wouldn't have included this into this section if I had written the textbook, but they did. So technically they're not the same denominator, but we can rewrite them. This becomes x squared minus 7x over x squared minus 9. And I can flip those two around. So I got 24 minus 12x over negative x squared plus 9. Well, they're closer, but the signs are off. Looks like I can factor a negative out of that. So we got x squared minus 7x over x squared minus 9 plus 24 minus 12x over negative 1 and then times x squared minus 9. So I factored out a negative 1. Well, the x squared minus 9s are perfect now. So we got x squared minus 7x over x squared minus 9. Now, if you have a negative down here, you can put negative on the bottom, on top, or out in front. Doesn't matter. So I'll just put it out in front. And now you see that when I put it out in front, then it becomes a subtraction problem. And the denominators are exactly the same now. Now there's a shortcut to that. See how this is x squared minus 9 and this is 9 minus x squared? Whenever they're that form, you can just put a negative out in front and just rewrite this as x squared minus 9. You don't have to show all these steps I just did here. I did that just to show you why it works. Well, we have same denominator. So the negative out in front is going to flip the sign of all the terms in the second fraction. So this can become x squared minus 7x minus 24 plus 12x all over x squared minus 9. Then combine together like terms. So we got x squared minus 7x plus 12x gives us 5x minus 24. And all of that was step 1. Well, step 2, factor. Top part factors as x plus 8 times x minus 3. Bottom part factors as x plus 3 times x minus 3. Step 3, cancel if possible. Well, the x minus 3's cancel, and we end up with x plus 8 over x plus 3. And that's our answer. Okay. Let me show factoring the x squared plus 5x minus 24 there. So x squared plus 5x minus 24. That was our PSD method, and this is the difference two squares. PSD because it's x squared, x, no x, and there's no number in front of our x squared. So we'll take our number at the end, ignoring the sign. So I take 24. And I'm going to write down all the products to give me 24. I got 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. Add those together. 1 plus 24 is 25, 2 plus 12 is 14, 3 plus 8 is 11, 4 plus 6 is 10. Subtract them, smaller from larger. 24 minus 1 is 23, 12 minus 2 is 10, 5, and 2. Number we're looking for is 5, which is right here. So we're going to use 3 and 8. Our larger number, which is the 8, will always be the same sign as the middle term, which was positive. Number we circled in the difference column, D for different signs. So if this one's positive, this one's negative. And that's how we get the top part down here. Now the x squared minus 9. Two terms of the minusing it, you try difference two squares. So we try to write it something squared minus something else squared. You ask yourself what times itself gives you the x squared, and that's x. And you ask yourself what times itself gives you the 9, and that's 3. So we take what's inside the first set of parentheses, we add what's in the last, take what's inside the first, and we subtract what's in the last. And that's how we get the x plus 3, x minus 3. And I think that's the last problem. Yes, it is. Let me save this.